Welcome to Hood Champion in Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Some of these people out here who are creating content, they're definitely taking it to the stupid. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, at any point in this video, if you enjoy the content, make sure you hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. And subscribe to the channel. Now, listen. I'm seeing some of these content creators out here and stuff being posted on Twitter. I don't worry about what the fans are saying most of the time. You know, if you see copious amount of fans saying something, that's reason enough to do a video. You know what I mean? When you got some of these content creators out here saying stuff, it's a little bit annoying, some of the stuff they say, and I get it. Everybody wants the views. Everybody wants the subscribers. Everybody wants someone to donate to their channel. Want them to like. You click the reminder button. But when it comes to Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, why? I just don't get it why somebody would come out here who hasn't been saying this all along and now talking about fans should boycott Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia because of Tank's past with domestic violence. Now, my thing is this. If you've been consistent with saying this ever since a few years ago, where that first video came out, where the mother of one of his children sitting down at a game, he walks over and he grabs her, right? I'm going to tell you this. Or just me sitting here looking at that, not having any other information. I think there's a different way he could have handled that. But we don't know the whole story. I'm 47 years old, man. I understand situations. I understand how things can get physical, and I understand how people can push each other's buttons and do things to try to get a reaction out of someone. And I want to make sure I say this, and I'm very clear. I don't agree with anyone, male or female. No one putting their hands on someone else. But at the same time, I don't agree with these cornballs out here who want to come out now, here in the 9th inning, and talk about don't support Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia because of Tank's issues. Talking about Tank choking women, punching women. My thing is this, right? Where's the video of Tank choking and punching somebody? That's all I'm saying. We know that there have been allegations. We understand the issue with the car accident and all of that. We get it. We get it. But don't come here, maybe about 4 or 5 hours before the main event starts, right? Maybe 6 hours before it starts. The main event starts late as hell. And start saying, nobody should watch the fight because of Tank. That's corny to me. And I'm not going to come out here and put them the individual who is saying it. I'm not putting their channel out here. I'm not doing all that. That's cornball stuff. That's what they do. I'm not doing that. I witnessed a video a couple of weeks ago where I saw a bunch of content creators doing some really acting their shoe size. Man, that shit goes against everything I believe in. Cornballs, man. So I'm not going to do that here, but what I will tell everyone out here is I just don't think that if you're a fan of boxing, watch the boxing. You know what I'm saying? Why would you not watch a boxing fight because of something someone did in their personal life? Andy Ruiz, some crap just came out about him. We're not in the house. We're nowhere around these situations. We don't know. All we know is what we're reading. And to be honest with you, there's always a little bit more to the story. But I'm going to tell you this, and I'm a man, right? I know how it is to be young. I know how it is, especially when I was young. I didn't have kids till I was 35. But I know how it is to have a bunch of damn women. And I know how women can try to push your buttons to get under your skin, especially when you're not giving them what they want, or they know that you have plenty of women. And that was always my thing growing up. I'm dealing with a girl. We enjoy each other's company, but I let her know off the rip, we're not exclusive. You can do what you want. I'm going to do what I want. You see me out with another woman, don't say nothing to me. I see you out with another man, I'm not going to say nothing to you. Right? We just get together and enjoy each other's company. Now, if it goes beyond that, we'll have a conversation. We become exclusive, and that's different. And a lot of girls couldn't handle that shit. And, yo, imagine being in your house, right? Chilling. And you got a female in there. And all of a sudden you hear your window get broke out of your damn home. And you in there chilling with this other girl. So, of course, you got to pause the action. You come in to see what's going on. And there's a female climbing through your goddamn window. And you look and you like, it take a while because, you got all this shit going on. And now you got to stop all that. Then you got to come and see what the hell's going on because, someone can get killed breaking through your window. Then when the face comes in, because it's all crazy, you can see it's all distorted, but then when you can finally make out what the hell's going on, you see it's one of the girls you mess with. And she jumping through the window because you ain't answering your phone. And now all of a sudden, she raising hell inside your house, and then you got the other girl back there in the bathroom with the door locked because she's scared because she don't know what the hell's going on. So now you got to get this one out the house. And she like, yo, what the hell are you doing here? So what you think I'm doing here? Get your ass out of this house. Then cops got to get involved. Right? Cops get involved. Who do they think is wrong when they first get to the house? Okay? Sure as hell wasn't her. But fortunately, you see them damn cuts on her hands and arms. And I'm like, listen, I don't want nothing to happen to her. I just want her out of here, man. And, if I decided to be malicious, which I ain't doing that, man. That's just corny. It's kind of funny to me. I said, I just want this window fixed, you know what I mean? So we got her up out of there, and I went. At that time, I had to be like 22. So I was renting a little place. Talked to the landlord. They came and fixed the window, But what I'm telling you is, females can go to that next level when it comes to us as males. Now, when she goes out and she told that story, when she went and told that story to everybody, how do you think she told that story? Huh? Oh, I shoved her into the window. I was trying to get in this house and he was trying to stop me. And he threw me, he pushed me so hard, he threw me and shoved me into the window and I fell and broke the window. And the cops were called. And I told them not to take him to jail. That's how she told the story to her friends. But she was so stupid, that out of them 5 or 6 girls she was telling, because basically she wanted them to boycott me and not invest in me because she was, jealous and miserable. Some of those girls knew the girl that I was messing with. And they were telling her, hey, you're messing with that guy? And she was like, that's not what happened. And she was like, I was there. And they were like, what? She was like, yeah, I was the girl who was there. And she's like, this crazy B, and she explained the story. So that saved my reputation, at least with some of them girls out there. Some didn't care anyway. But what I'm getting at is, when it comes to a guy like Tank Davis, why we don't know the whole story. We don't know the whole story. But I will say this again. I don't think anyone should be out here talking about boycotting him because of that. Man, I don't care what these guys do. I'm watching boxing. You know what? They got a legal system for all that. They'll sort that out. You know what I mean? My only thing about those guys' personal situations that I take an interest in are the children. I want to know that the children are straight. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. The rest of that shit I don't get caught up into. Now, if somebody's out there doing something crazy, well, you get what's coming to you, man and woman. Just be fair. Now, the other thing that I don't like is these fools out here. Why does everything have to be about race? Why is everything about race, man? I blocked somebody from my channel today. I blocked his ass. I'll never let him come back on my channel. Ever again. He's an idiot. Told me something about, because, sometimes when I talk about my experiences, every now and then I'll bloom up. I'll talk a little bit about, well, you got to understand, I can only pull from my experiences. And if I did 25 years in the military, I'm going to pull from some of those experiences. Because there's so many different things, good and bad and interesting things that you see happen to yourself and with other people at all levels, that I can draw a correlation between one of those million experiences to something that's going on with boxing. So this guy basically told me, he said something about he feels that the military did me wrong and has me afraid of some shit about the pink toes. Now, I don't know what, you got to understand, man. I don't speak with a whole lot of slang anyway. And the slang I use is old school shit. Nobody wants to hear me talking about chilling the fresh way. Like, that shit is outdated. But this shit about pink toes, and I think it made you afraid of the pink toes. Now, I don't know what the hell that means, but I'm a common sense man. And what I assume he was implying was something about me, the military, and maybe being brainwashed or something by white people. Let me tell you something, man. That's the most ignorant thing that I think I've ever heard, you know what I'm saying? But when you have a channel and you become a content creator, these are things that I knew at some point in time. You're going to come across a concentric few who act their shoe size and will just say anything. And that irked me a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because I just don't understand why everything has to be about race. It's just like me. I talk about this all the time, you know, in the military. I never, that's why I can sit there and rattle this on top of my head. Race, religion, gender, economic status, sexual preference. Man, I never got into all that. I don't even discuss that. I used to have, in the office, I say, yo, I don't want to hear these conversations because it never ends well. When someone's talking about race and you have different races in an office or in a setting, that shit doesn't end well. You talk about religion, that shit doesn't end well. When you have different people from different backgrounds, I'm telling you it doesn't end well. When you're talking about political affiliation, that stuff doesn't end well. You start talking about, you know, gender and all this other crap and economic status and who has and who doesn't. Those conversations never, ever end well. That's why I've never been one to really get into those discussions because it goes left real quick. So with this channel, I don't really get into that. So when someone brings that to me, and no one here knows me, it's like I don't know y'all. There's not one person here who knows me. You know, this hood champion guy that wears this fucking, you know, these fucking fisherman caps. You don't fucking know me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knows a fucking thing about me. Just like I don't know a fucking thing about anybody out there. You know what I'm saying? But that thing that guy said, yeah, that shit really pissed me off. And I was like, you know, but he doesn't know me, so I just blocked him. Because, you know, shit started flaring up. What am I doing arguing with an idiot from YouTube who doesn't know me from anything? And this guy out here was on my channel always saying something to people about race, and I would delete his comments. But today it was just like, all right, man, enough is enough. Plenty shit starts to stink. This guy out here is going to put this on here. Because I don't want anyone to think that I condone that, man. If someone makes a statement, a broad brush statement or something, normally I'll try to understand. Everybody has a different way of seeing things. I can't sit there and necessarily tell somebody they're wrong for what they're saying. But if I find it crosses the line, I'll delete their comment. But if you direct it at me, I'll read it and try to understand it. But depending on what you said, yeah, most of them I'll delete the comment. I won't block the person, you know. But this guy, he needed to be blocked. And the reason I'm talking about that is because I'm seeing now that people are attacking Bernard Hopkins. Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis. The race shit comes up again. Now, I do think Bernard Hopkins intentionally went over there during the weigh-in yesterday to Ryan Garcia's side, to Tank Davis' side, to grab at Tank just to get a reaction. I think Bernard Hopkins did that on purpose. But all of a sudden, people are attacking Bernard Hopkins. And I'm not going to post their pages or go to Twitter and post the shit they said on Twitter. He's a bootlicker. He's a sellout. Bernard Hopkins is always breaking down another black man, another brother. He's over there with those Mexicans, the Gualas, all of this ignorant shit. And I'm like that shit really messes with my energy, man. It really disrupts my energy. Like it takes me a couple hours to get beyond it. Like I can't read that stuff. It really bothers me, man. Because why? Why do you have to watch what Bernard Hopkins does, or the fact that he's affiliated with Oscar De La Hoya, and why does all of a sudden have to be about race? Why the hell would you come out here talking about gualas and saying shit about Hispanics? What does that matter? People out here now attacking Asians. Shit going on out there. I get it. There's a concentric few from every race that kind of messes it up for everyone else. I get it. And there's a concentric few from every race that attacks their own race. I get it. But what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? What I'm noticing more here is on this social media thing. That's why, man. Sometimes I think about not even doing these videos, especially because in the next month or so, I got something lined up. I may start doing it. I may not even have time to do this. But it was a fun run. If I decide to discontinue doing this crap, I enjoy it. But I don't force anything. You know what I'm saying? And if for someone out there who's saying, "Yeah, man, you really stopped doing this YouTube thing. You've been doing it a year. We enjoy your content." Y'all, I enjoy it, and I enjoy knowing that there are people out there who enjoy listening to me. But let me tell you something, man. I don't force nothing. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy to me. Attacking Bernard Hopkins, man. Talking about people's races, religion. Amir Khan just had his name mixed up in some stuff. When it comes to those pads, talk about pads, but now he's a raghead, he's a haka. And see, that shit stings me, man. Because see, I'm of two races. You know what I'm saying? Of two. I'm not going to get into all that. But I grew up a kind of way. And love for all, hate for none. And so when I hear certain things said about people, man, it stings me a little bit, because I'm like, some people learn things as they get older. And, they pick up some stuff. But there are others, man, that they have this, they either have good or bad ingrained in them from small. And as they get older, they keep building on that and fostering that. Then others, get around the wrong crowd and pick up the wrong things, and things go left for them. But when I see guys out here saying stuff about Amir Khan because, he's originally from Pakistan, family from Pakistan, he's Muslim, saying stuff about, what's his name, about Bernard Hopkins, saying stuff about Ryan Garcia. I just don't get it. People out here saying stuff about Caleb Plant because he's white. I don't know about what his wife is. She look like she's mixed in my opinion, but saying stuff about Caleb Plant because he's white. And I read that stuff and I don't get it. I just don't get it. And when I look at some of these guys with these pages, I see just how many subscribers they have. I'm like, and I see the majority of people out there with the same mentality. It's just a toxic mentality. But long story short, man, I'm getting off on a tangent here. I just don't see the reason to boycott Tank Davis. I don't see the reason to attack Bernard Hopkins because he's with Golden Boy. I don't see why anyone should be out here shredding and ripping Amir Khan, his religion, or his ethnicity. If you want to talk about the fact that he may have done pads, which who knows if he did that or not. We just don't know, you know what I'm saying? But talk about that, Conor Ben. I always got something to say about Conor Hen. But you're not going to hear me come out here and say something about his race. He's mixed. He's up too. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to hear me say anything about that. That's ignorant, man. But people do it. But long story short, I just don't understand the social media crap and everybody who wants to say things for views. And unfortunately, you can't be a clean-cut person. You can, but the clean-cut person, I don't think the overnight success doesn't necessarily happen for them with what we're talking about here. It's the shock and awe and the drama. And, sex, money, murder, violence, you know what I'm saying? I get it. People want things that entertain. But I just can't get caught up into all that, man. That ain't my style. So as long as I'm doing this, man, if people are looking for me to be a bit more animated and talk about those things and insult people's religion, insult people's ethnicities, insult people's financial status, insult people's race, suck people's political affiliation, you're not going to get that on this channel. That ain't the channel for you. You can unsubscribe right now. I'm telling you right now, I don't give a shit if this 2,000, almost 2,200 subscribers or what I have. I don't care if that shit goes down to 10. I'm going to be honest with you. If I have 10 solid people, then I'm good with that. If the whole channel goes away, I don't care. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? I suffered when I was young to live when I got this little gray in my head. Life is good. But one thing I tell you for sure, man, no matter what status we have in life, no matter what the difference of the status, we all share the same dignity. So when people are out here, man, attacking these people for these things, like I just talked about, race, religion, political affiliation, gender, economic status, all that crap, that's crazy to me. Different, same dignity, man. You know what? Tank Davis, whatever the hell he did with those females, that'll come to light. You understand? If there was wrongdoing on his part. That stuff with the car accident and all that, hey, there's some stuff that's come to light. Look like it's going to get handled. Who are we to be out here playing judge and jury? You know what I'm saying? We could talk about it, but to encourage people to boycott and to be rooting for this man to go to prison, I understand people's frustrations, man. That's just corny to me, man. Especially guys, I'm talking specifically about people with the YouTube channels who are trying to say the most ridiculous thing to get people to subscribe or to get views and shit like that. That's corny to me. But that being said, hey, I'm encouraging everybody to watch the Tank Davis-Ryan Garcia fight. I'm encouraging everybody to keep supporting anyone who's involved with boxing. And, if you want to talk about it, create a channel and talk about it, man. But just be careful about the stuff that you're talking about, in my opinion, man, because once you put this stuff out here on social media, you can't take that back. You know what I'm saying? 20 years down the road. Shit, someone's be out here, man, probably barely able to walk and run. I'm still out here playing basketball and in the gym with my kids, man. Hell, but I'm 47. 20 years down the road, damn near 70 years old. Looking at somebody pulling up something I said today, 20 years from now, and I can't take that back. I see a lot of these guys out here talking, man. Some of the language they're using and some of the things they're saying, insulting each other. Others, offensive words, racial slurs, how they talk about females, how they talk about each other. You can't take once that's out there in the system, people downloading your videos. I seen a video of one of these content creators. I don't like this guy at all because he's always talking about people who've had mental health struggles, and he just says things for attention. He's a complete idiot, in my opinion, right? But somebody took one of his videos and they chopped it up and made him look crazy. I mean, crazy. And when I saw it, I was like, what the hell is this? And of course, there were some people who were like, man, you didn't have to do the guy like that. And I'll tell you what, although I don't like that guy, because I don't like the things he says, I don't like how he talks to people, I thought the video was funny. I did, and I still do. And I'm glad that they gave him a poke, because he's always out here being very nasty to people. But I didn't agree with them creating that and knowing that that's going to be a circulation for the next however long. And this man, probably has grandchildren or will have grandchildren or his kids, to see that, what these people did to him. And it's all him, don't get me wrong, but they took some really humiliating pieces of video, and they just really, man, went in on this guy. So that being said, at the end of the day, love all, hate none. If you're a boxing fan, be a boxing fan. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to watch these guys, that's on you. You can't tell me you're a boxing fan and you're not going to watch the biggest fight, damn near, of the generation. You just can't tell me the biggest fight of the last 5 or 6 years. You can't tell me you're not going to watch this fight because of some shit Ryan Garcia did, or something Tank did, or something Ryan Garcia didn't do, or something Tank didn't do. You can't make me believe you're not going to watch the damn fight. You can make me believe you're not going to pay for it, but you're not going to watch it. To that I say, and I kindly request, that you'll hold your horses and don't take it to the stupid. That being said, Content creators out here urging fans to boycott Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia because of Tank's past with domestic violence. To that I say, fellas, go on barbecue, cook some nice food, chill out, get ready for the fight. Quit making stupid ass videos. People asking people not to watch the fight. Get out of here. In the breeze.